Time to fly, time to fly. Never give up, we won't retreat. The ones who stand up.
Okay, legends, welcome back to the channel with another Street Fighter Duel video. So in this video, we have 4 characters that have been added to the game and a little bit of adjustment that we're gonna do in the tier list. It's the updated tier list of December. I didn't do a tier list before the past month because it wasn't worth it because there was only 2 characters. And now that we have 4, it's worthwhile to update the tier list and show you the characters that we're playing and what's to focus on and what's to skip or not to be invested in. And before we start, I just want to say that we have a Discord right now for the channel that we're playing different games on, and there's a lot of people that can help you. A good community, actually, very well moderated. Everybody has their opinion, everybody listen, no toxicity, and everything is going happy dandy. So you're welcome to join the Discord. It's down in the description below. And we are streaming, so finally we are streaming consistently, or basically 4 to 5 times per week at least, if we can say. So if you want me to stream some Street Fighter Duel and you want to join me and have some fun and join the chat, well, you're welcome as always. Join the Discord and you'll get notified when we go live on stream. Now let's go for the tier list. So we have 4 new characters that have been added to the game. I will talk about them before we do or after we do the adjustments. So we're gonna talk about them. Basically on Triple S, or the best units in the game, there's no changes. They will say the best units in the game, they will be staying up. There's one just small adjustment that we're gonna do, which is putting Street Poison up with them there. She's the only unit from the normal summoning factions that is the game is unplayable without her, especially when you go to hard stages. Now that I'm at chapter 44, I think I can't do more stuff with her, or sometimes I can cheese my stuff with her charm. She's the best buffer for the best bossing team in the game, which was with Fire Adon and Flame Chun and Rich Honda. So she's worth it. Even if you don't play her on that team, you're gonna play her on a different team. She's the best buffer in the game right now. Absolutely top tier. So she's worth putting there. So for people will not be like, it's not only for divination or special summon characters, also a random character that is normal on the banner. She's one of the most important ones. She can heal, she can buff you, and she can charm or control units, which is absolutely perfect. We're not gonna debate that. This is absolutely undebatable. Everybody knows how important she is. Now, for the SS rank, I think everybody here is worth it to be here. Maybe I will maybe remove and add Zangief up there. Why Zangief is being added to the SS? Zangief is situational in the teams, if you can play him, you can play him as an assist. His assist is absolutely fantastic, but situational versus a lot of bosses. So the coolest thing about him is he's the only character in the game so far to negate passives completely. Like completely he negates the passive. You have to get him to 6 out of 6 with his cars in the garage, and when you hit with his C2, he heals himself, he deals good damage depending on his defense. This is not the main point. The main point is that he heals himself and remove the passives even of the bosses in bossing events, unless they tell you there's a boss that you can't remove the passive. And so far we didn't have bosses that like that, or maybe one boss that his passive will trigger no matter what. It does not do anything. You can't negate that. So absolutely fantastic. We're seeing him in a lot of lineups, a lot of comps, a lot of teams that are running him, especially in story mode. If you want to counter somebody like Bison, or if you're countering somebody like Honda, they keep regenerating, they're getting the immunity, and Bison is hard because he will explode and deal damage. You can also negate that even if you didn't kill him when when he wanna explode after he does his C3 the first time and the second time. If you hit him and negate his passive, he will not do the explosion in story, which is really helpful. And in tower, you need him also as well, and his assist is absolutely top tier, so he will stay here in the top ranks because he's worth it and he's one of the best characters in the game. Now sadly, we're gonna drop from the S rank 2 characters that are not being used a lot, maybe 3 characters. I will be talking about it why. First of all, we have Akuma. Akuma is not being seen in anywhere. Even his assist is not that consistent because his assist basically does nothing. His fireball does not deal a lot of damage. And in bossing, he fell off a lot because we have a lot of characters that have been dropped or added to the game that are worth it, and they do a lot of things that are much better than any other unit. So we have AoE, which is king here because we're facing units so much bosses that has other units with them. Now, even if they're single target units, you can use the new characters that they drop to the game, or the characters that are updated after him, and he will be absolutely useless, or his damages are not up to the same par as them. Plus, in PvP, we're not using him so much. We used to have him with a lineup that one-shots backlines or goes and kills backlines, but he's not that much helpful, and we can say that he's one of the maybe worst units for the summoning, for the special ticket summons. If you want to use them, don't use him on use them on him. Now, on early stages, yes, I built him also and maxed him out because he was that good when he was released, but now we're seeing like almost none for his usage. Summer Ibuki also dropped a little bit, other than her usage with the bug or with the glitch, with the speed that you can use it, or the delay of this. We're not gonna say bug, we're gonna say the delay of the speed function that she has, because the game, a little bit at the start of the game, you can delay it with somebody like Overlord Bison until he finishes his explosion, or Shredder until he does his passive with his first skill. She will have the time to activate her passive, so she can be the fastest unit in the game, and actually you can go before your other lineup. She does decent amount of damage. She's good. She's not that horrible, but she's not gonna be used in so many aspects. Now, we are seeing her in story mode. Some people are playing her with, let's say, you want somebody as trigger, you can play her as trigger, but because of the release of so much good trigger characters, she's dropping on. If you have her built, people are running her with somebody like Goken on the lineup, so she could stay alive and do her passives. Her damage are okay. They're not super high. They're not even good. They're okay. You can work around them. You can even play any other unit, and it will help you in this department. Now, Cody will go to the A rank. He's not an S rank. He's an S rank at the start of the game. He's SS, I would say, at the start of the game, especially for free-to-play players. He's one to grab the unit from behind, give you a free combo that you can go and execute your rotation and bypass the stages. Absolutely phenomenal. I still use him until now. But because when you go to higher stages, either you need to level up a lot and get his boosting and his stats a lot, or you'll not be able to go into challenging the stage. So the stage will require you a specific number of CP to have for you to actually click start and go. And if he was on the lineup, sometimes it doesn't work because he's so low on CP, almost quarter of what any random not built unit that you will put from the higher characters, because he's a B rank unit that goes up to S plus, I think, and this is how he maxed, and he maxes at 160. Even with leveling, you're not gonna get his stats up. With leveling your skill tree, you will get him up. So I would say he drops a little bit maybe on later stages. Even you can play any other lineup with different synergies and never use him, but still very viable, very good. He's the only B rank character that is here. I hope they give us a version of him that is A rank, so we can use him actually and use the same function that he has. On the B ranks, we're gonna talk about the B ranks and the C ranks and everybody else. So on the B ranks, we have this character, which is Fashion Ken. Fashion Ken dropped a lot, and he's dropping also. He's the worst now legendary unit, if you can say, in the game because of his function. Other than his assist, you're never gonna use him. His damages are lacking. He does not provide much. Even if you play him on a lineup, he's not super helpful. At the start of the game, yes, we were biased. I'm one of the people that were biased and saying he's great because I love him and I want him to be great. And if you utilize him, he will do great with some lineups. But if you remove him and put somebody with better than him, absolutely they will like 5 times x5 or x10 his damage. This is how useless he is as a legendary. Don't go for him. Other characters are worth your while. Now you see, like Icon DiCaprio, I put her here especially because of her mechanic. In PvP, she's great. You can say she's up a little bit or better than him, but I would still keep her here because in bossing you have better options. In story mode you have better options. In PvP you have better options, so you don't need to depend on her. Also, if I would say you want to go and purchase or spend money to max out or level up this unit, I would say she's not that worth it, and other characters do and provide better than her. Now, let's talk about the new characters. So let me do the pin, okay, so I can go up with them. So first of all, we got Hakan. Where do we land Hakan? Hakan goes up I think to B rank, you can say at A rank, because his assist is super important if you use him on somebody like B Zangief. So if you put him on top of B Zangief will be more, if he does his rotation, then he will get that. So if he's doing the combo, he will get the buff in effect accuracy. It means he will land stuns more. If you play him on top of somebody that deals burn, the burn stacks will land more. If you let's say Street Poison. If you use him on Street Poison will have more chances to land that charm. Or if you're playing electric, you can put the thunder, you can play more soul damage. This is the usage. His damages are okay. For a divination character, I wouldn't recommend anybody to go for him. This is why I want to put him here, but people are telling me he's so good with his effect accuracy buffing, same as Seth. So him and Seth, I would put them hand in hand together. Seth does more damage than him, and he have a survivability function that is way better than Hakan. This is why I would say Hakan is better. Let me put you here. Actually, you're still more usable than them because you're a trigger character, which is absolutely nice. Now, the new character Rose that have dropped to the game, the Thunder faction, absolutely in SS tier. No way you can you can argue that she's the best trigger character in the game, but so far the best trigger character in the game so far is still Evo Ryu because of his silence, bypasses immunity, does a lot, reduce combo meter. His technical usage is better than her. She's a carry. You can start with her the combo rotation and continue your rotation and end with any other unit, and she will still do her combo. Or you can start your combo normally and just add her to the lineup because her damages, she capitalizes on pure damage, which is super important. And pure damage is one of the best damages in the game because it can't be negated by any defense or damage reduction, which is absolutely huge. Now, the new Honda that we have, the legendary Honda, I would say he's somewhere between S and A. I would put him on S because he's one of the best, maybe the best healer in the game. As a healer, he's a tank. He's a tank, but he's not a tank. He's the tankiest healer, we could say. Still, Elena way levels better than him because she buffs combo meter, she can buff your attack and stuff like that. But he can keep you surviving if you play him on a defensive lineup just to go and attack. But what you need to use him, and what we use him, is a little bit of the damage sharing and a little bit of healing, or his healing actually. But because he tanks a little bit more than others, I would say he's good. But is it worth it for him to go? I would say go for Rufus if you want healing and you want more damage and more buffing, because he's very much superior than him. If I want to say, because he's legendary, I put him here. This should be somewhere here. Yep, and this should be here because all of these are pay to win and these are legendaries. So I would say, and let's put her here, actually better than Rufus. No, actually he's better than her. She plays with a little bit of synergy of lineups, Agent Viper, but Rufus can play with any lineup immediately. You can put him in any lineup, he'll buff them, he'll do his healings, and he will absolutely help you. If you get the 10 stacks of cold, he will freeze somebody. But for him, he just put the pot, everybody will get HP, they will take a little bit of reduction in damages. Is he worth buying? I would say if you have the chance to buy him or Rufus, go for Rufus. Why buy him? Why do you need a healer that will not buff you that much as Rufus? Rufus is so crucial, and the people that is having him, they're playing him on bossing, on stages, on everywhere. Absolutely fantastic. You can go and play tanks and heal with healers or any other faction or EX moves. You don't need a healer that can tank a little bit but do absolutely nothing on your lineup. Now, the new Balrog. So Balrog is not bad, he's huge. He's super crucial for your PvE. In PvP, he does well as well to stun and help you out. And this is why he will go to SS. People underrate the importance of stunning in this game. It's super crucial, especially for people that does not care about, let's say, bossing that much, which is bossing is everything in the game. You can play him in bossing, it's not a problem, but you don't need him in bossing. Well, I would say he's here. He's here. And no, these are paid characters. He's here. So why is he in S? Because he can stun. In towers, you will need somebody to stun. In tag position, as you know, we can abuse the tag position functionality. When the enemy want to start, you can start from tag position and stun your enemies as well. So this is what is super important for him. His assist is also super helpful, which you can play. And the function that he helps the team is also good, but you need to build him on 6 out of 6 for him to be to do that. And he's one of the highest damage dealers as a balanced character. So as balanced, we know that they don't deal a lot of damage. Maybe the most highest damage dealer as a balanced character, I would say it's Gormagala Ken, but you can use him as a balance to deal damage as well with your carries and to stun. The stun functionality will help you, especially in PvP. You can play him now that you have Beast Zangief does AoE stun, and now he have AoE stun, and you can use Rich Honda on a third team to stun with his C2, because it's whoever is in front and getting the stun 100%, they're gonna get interrupted, which is absolutely beautiful. And yeah, that was mainly it for our tier list, and this is the adjustment that we did. Let me know in the comment section if you have any ideas, or if you disagree or agree with the list. Tell me if I want to bump somebody up or you need to get somebody down a little bit. But this is basically the meta lineups, the meta teams, where they are used and how often they're used. The A rank here, or the B ranks, are all of them. Let me remove this, it's so annoying. Unpin. Okay, so the main units for the B rank are all for assist. You can say most likely we use them as assist. Even Makoto, you can use her on a lineup, but her assist is absolutely beautiful, top notch. I would say somebody like Nishiki Sakura, I would put her in S personally, but because she's still not used in many lineups, if we're gonna go and check replays, check everything, more than assist, and sometimes on lineup or two, like 20 players bypass the stages without using her, and 2 or 3 players use her, including myself, because I see super high value with her. This is why I'm not gonna put her on S, she's still on A. And yeah, that's basically it for the video. I'll be seeing you in the next one.
Time to fly, time to fly.